it's Brittany, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you are brand new, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell so you will be notified every single time that I upload. I upload every single week, numerous times a week, every single week. Now, today's video. This has been, you guys have been sending me these TikTok videos of this recent viral pacing man in the woods. And I have been watching every single video that this lady has been posting to her TikTok. And I can't stop watching. This is one of the creepiest things that I have ever seen. Is it something paranormal, or is it an actual living human being?
Talia, get over here. Can't even zoom in any closer. You see it? It just walks back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I don't even know. I am aiming more towards paranormal because I have been watching her footage of this shadow man that's pacing, and he looks almost transparent when he is going through, like he's in the woods, she's far away, and he goes between the trees, but it doesn't look like he's fully a solid figure like you and I would look in the distance. If she was filming, if anybody was at this lady's house, or you know, wherever you are at your house and there's a forest or something, or just there's no forest, and you see a person in the distance just pacing, you would know right away, okay, that is a living human being. But in this case, it doesn't really look that way. You can see that it is a man. Like, this is a male figure. So this lady says that she first noticed this shadow figure pacing a month prior to Easter. She never had a TikTok before. She's not really this crazy person on social media, you know. She just had Facebook, and she decided to share this video on Facebook just for her family and friends to see. But what makes this creepy is she would see this figure pacing every single day for like a month. Prior to Easter, like a month prior to Easter, she would see this figure in the distance for hours. It's not like he was just pacing for 5 minutes or 20 minutes or 20 seconds. He was there for hours and hours and hours, just pacing every single day. And she did say, you know, if this is an actual person, they never left to go eat something. They never left to use a bathroom. They never left. They're there all day, just pacing constantly. And that's when your mind starts to think, and I think that's when she started to think, okay, this is something different, or it could be. I mean, if it is a living person, it could very much so be someone with a mental illness. It could be a homeless person. It could be anybody. But the fact that they just keep going. It's like this cycle, and it's on repeat. It's like it's trapped. It's just replaying over and over and over again. But then for about a week and a half, she did not see the shadow man at all. He was completely gone, and she has a perfect view of this forest. She looks out her front window, she sees it, and that's how she first saw the figure. She was just looking out her window, and she just so happened to see it, and she's like, what the heck? So a week and a half goes by with no sighting of this figure. But then it started coming back very gradually. It wasn't every day, but when it would come back, it would pace again, doing the same cycle, like it's trapped. It's weird. And it would still be pacing back and forth for hours and hours as it was gradually showing up again. So of course, with any viral paranormal encounter or just, you know, there's always going to be people who are like, this is a hoax, this isn't real, this is totally fake, this is this is that. But I would say majority of people are really concerned for this family and what is going on. I don't think this is a hoax. I really don't. I see the fear, the genuine fear in this lady's eyes. Now, is it paranormal or is it a living human being? I don't know. I'm aiming more towards paranormal. But if you really pay attention, like I said earlier, the figure doesn't look fully solid. And if you saw a person in the distance, you would know it was a person. Like, you wouldn't even think twice about it. But for us watching these videos that she's posting, and for her to post these videos being like, this is really weird, you have to question that it could be something else. But of course there's people that say, well, why don't you just go over there yourself and check it out? I mean, you have so much footage of this figure. I'm trying to think in the mind of a normal person witnessing this. Because if you've been with me for years, I mean, you guys know I would be out there with my camera, like running towards this thing, like, what the heck is this? But normal people don't think like that. So I'm trying to, you know, go into the mind of a normal person who wouldn't run after this thing, and I would probably scare it because I'm like, oh my God, can I get a selfie? Like, can I get a picture? That's just how I do things, you know? But at the same time, I understand her fear because she doesn't know if it's paranormal. She doesn't know if it's a real person. And if it is a real person, obviously, you know, the way that they are pacing and stuff, you don't know what their intentions are. You don't know if they have a weapon on them. You don't know if they're scouting the area for who knows what. There is a church in front of the lady's house, and the church are aware of what she has been capturing, what she's been seeing, and the cops have also been aware of what has been going on, and I think they even went to the woods to investigate and they didn't see anything. But that's when people are like, okay, why don't you just go over there? Which she did. She went over there. She actually was filming, but then it freaked her out and she wanted to wait for her husband to come with her, which I understand. In this world and, you know, everything that's going on right now, you can't trust anybody.
This is the church that's directly across the street from my house that I was explaining. This is the area where we see that figure. It just walks back and forth every day, all day. Now, I've been over there a couple of times. As I walk up on it, there's just nothing there.
I think it was smart of her to wait for her husband to go with her.
What's today, Memorial Day? Yep. My husband has agreed to walk me over and see what we can find.
I've been reading the comments and there's people who are like, it's just your husband who's pacing. And she's like, no, you clearly see in the video, her and her husband both approach where the shadow figure is. They even have a second camera that they put on the ground that shows them walking. So they have like two different angles of them walking towards the woods, and they didn't see anything. They were calling for it, but then they heard this scream.
Well, here's the spot.
I don't see anything.
No, I don't either. I mean, it's pretty full. Hello? Is anybody there? I'm so nervous. What was that?
I don't know.
Do you need help?
And I want to make a point as well. When they were showing the footage of them in the distance, like the camera that was on the ground, on the road, filming them walking towards the woods, you can tell they are two living human beings in the distance, just approaching the woods. So what I'm trying to say is, when you see the image, the video of this shadow man, right away you're not just thinking, okay, that is a person. You clearly see the difference. You see that her and her husband are solid. They are completely solid. And this man, sometimes he doesn't look fully solid, like he looks a little transparent, and he looks like a shadow. And then ever since they approached where this figure has been seen, that's when weird stuff has been happening at their house. They are having trouble sleeping. They woke up one night, actually, before I get into that, their dog, Karma, their dog has been going crazy. Karma starts barking where the figure would be.
What's wrong, Karma? What do you see over there, bud? What do you see?
There's nobody there, but Karma is going crazy. And she has also said that her dog never barks. He never barks at the mailman. He never barks at anybody. But for some reason, like almost every night, or for the nights that she recorded, their dog is going crazy, looking over into the exact direction where this shadow figure has been seen. So one of the nights when Karma was barking at the shadow figure, she eventually went to sleep along with her husband, and they woke up out of a dead sleep around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. and they heard this man screaming, and it sounded like it was coming from outside, and that of course freaked them out. So they were looking at the security footage, and there's no sound in the security footage. But you see, she says, she points it out, like she's filming the security footage, and you see like this mist. It almost looks like a tornado that is outside of her house. And she claims that is when the scream happened, because as this mist or whatever is just like going crazy, her husband runs outside to see what is going on.
All right, this is a view from our security camera. You can see the church over there. There's nobody there. Nobody has gone in or out. There's not even a car driving by. There's nobody in our yard. Nobody in our driveway. Sorry, our timestamp is completely wrong. I know this because at about 2 a.m. we hear what sounds like a male just screaming. And I can show you the moment it happens, because you'll see that. What is that? It's like, and I know it's this moment that it happens, because in about a second, my husband grabs his gun and he runs outside.
But there's no sound in that security footage, so you don't actually hear it. Now, prior to that, she claims that she's been hearing screams coming from the forest, and then when she goes and approaches with her husband that day in broad daylight. Did I mention this is all in broad daylight when she sees this figure? Now, in one of her updates, she said that they are updating their security system so there will be sound if there is more screaming or something, so then she can record that and then, you know, show everybody, okay, here's the sound now so you guys can hear the screams, because they claim that they keep hearing these screams going on. But that really weird mist or whatever that was, it's very weird. So it's been a while now since she has updated on TikTok. I mean, it was June 4th, like I said earlier, but I was reading comments and people said that she was updating. She put some update on her Instagram and saying that she's going through some family matters. I mean, I didn't check myself. Maybe I should have actually seen that. But those are the comments that I did see that I was reading about her. But as you can see when she's documenting, you know, from the scream she hears outside with that crazy mist and everything, she looks very drained. They're having trouble sleeping, and you can tell that it's really getting to her. And a lot of people are saying, well, you know, you went up to it, you're giving it attention, you're giving it more power, so now it's gonna follow you back to your house. I think they need to look into the history of their property, of their home. I feel like they need to contact the previous owners of their home and ask them, have you ever seen anything like this? Like a pacing man in the woods in the distance, paces for hours and hours. Have you ever seen that? You know, and see what they have to say. Like, have they experienced anything bizarre happening around the home. I think they definitely need to sage their entire home, say a protection prayer, because if it is some kind of entity, it's definitely draining them because they're not sleeping and all of this crazy stuff is happening. I mean, their dog is going crazy, staring out into the woods, and he never goes crazy. And then just, you know, the screams they're hearing, and it's scary. If you aren't into the paranormal and stuff, you know, and I can tell she's not like this crazy paranormal person, so it's scary, and you have to think of people who get really scared. I mean, the paranormal is scary. I obviously live for this, so if this was happening to me, I'd be living. Like, I'd be running over there to see what's going on. And I know I'm crazy, but I'm trying to think of someone with a normal mind, how they would be feeling, and they would be scared. So I understand completely where this lady is coming from. I feel like if they see it again and they are capturing it on camera, they need to just charge after it. Maybe not charge after it, walk over to it slowly, whatever, with the camera, and just keep filming all in one take and just see what happens. Is it gonna like disappear? You know what I mean? But the fact that they approached it and they're giving it attention, if it is paranormal, then that might not be such a good idea for them. And maybe after approaching it and giving it all this attention, it's followed them to their home. Clearly, with all this weird stuff that is going on, they need to sage their entire house. They need to look into the history of their property, contact the previous owners, and see if they experienced anything. I will leave her YouTube channel down below along with the video that kind of just sums everything up. But of course, check out her TikTok as well if you want to watch every single video, because I'm not gonna put every single video in my video because that would just be so long, and you guys need to check it out on her TikTok and then also check out her videos. But I wanted to just kind of sum it up, and you guys wanted to hear my opinions on this whole thing. So it's crazy. I mean, I hope I covered everything that I wanted to cover about the whole situation. Now I'm just waiting for more updates and seeing what is going on. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think it really is a living human being? Do you think it's a hoax? Or do you think it is something paranormal? Let me know your thoughts down below, because I think this is I have chills right now. I think this is really interesting, but I just want to run towards it so badly. I wonder what would happen. Imagine she did grab her camera and she just like went charging and just ran towards it. Like, what would it do? You just don't know. So I understand, like I keep saying, I understand for a normal person's mind why they wouldn't want to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you rock my world, and the song lyrics Michael Jackson. Hashtag team Pretty44, hashtag Barilla Runs. Hey, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.